This episode of Here For It Podcast is brought to you by the spirit of homosexuality. Sometimes the spirit of homosexuality will lead these girls to condemn me to a hell that they don't have. And sometimes the spirit of homosexuality will trip them up by their purple wedge heels.
Who's wearing... Well, wedge is a spring heel. Early summer, like summer one.
It wasn't a stiletto. So the spirit of homosexuality.
Why are you wearing wedges?
The spirit of homosexuality brought Kim Burrell's ass right down.
Oh my God. What'd she do now? I didn't even pay attention. What'd she do?
If you had not seen the video, all you got to look up is Burrell Falling.
Oh, great. That's great. Yes.
And you will find the video of Kim Burrell falling in these purple alleged stiletto boots.
Oh, cool.
And it brought the joy to my spirit that everything this Christmas season should bring.
Let me look this up. You got to send me the link to stuff like this when you're going to talk about it at the top of the episode.
It's fucking viral.
I'm going to YouTube, so hopefully.
So, the spirit of homosexuality, not Kim Burrell's box built
This episode is brought to you by the spirit of homosexuality?
Yes.
Wow.
Because the spirit is alive in this goddamn episode, if you don't know it.
She's got a song called Falling in Love with You.
And she fell all the way the fuck out. That's not it.
This is something else.
That's not it.
Okay, well, I'm going to watch it later.
The spirit of homosexuality knocked her ass out down to the revival, and I'm absolutely here for it. The purple stilettos that the gays gave her was obviously cooked. They were
cooked.
They were blessed and filled with the voodoo that the homosexuality spirit can put upon you.
Come on.
And that spirit is what has brought to you Here For It Podcast today.
My name is Ronald Matters. Follow me on the internet at Ronald Matters, and of course, RonaldMatters.com.
I am the Superman, TheeSup.
Oh my God! It's too much weight on this pump. I found the video. I found the video.
Says the volume artist.
Okay, come on. I can do it.
Oh, all right. I am the Superman, TheeSupaman. Lord Jesus. I am the Traps, Eric Benet. And I am the Smasher of Prostates.
Oh, well. This week's Icebreaker. If your bi-curious crush wants you to have a threesome with you and a woman, are you going?
Yes. Absolutely, of course. That's going to give me the opportunity to at least fuck him. I don't care about her.
Oh, wow. I thought it was supposed to be a choo-choo on the girl. It's not a...
Oh, yeah. She might be a... she gonna be
what if he only intended on a choo-choo on the girl?
Well, then I still get to see him in action.
Also, are you going to ask him beforehand if this is just on her, or is this going to be us?
I don't have no crushes that I can't fuck. I'm like,
oh
no, I'm trying to fuck you and her. If you need her to be there as a buffer to be like, it wasn't that gay. At least it was a pussy involved. Sure, whatever.
The spirit of homosexuality was still present,
and it'll lead you over to this dick at the end of this goddamn threesome. But
oh my God.
Yeah, if I gotta have sex with her to get to you, Michael B. Jordan, then sure.
I'm not going, darling. There's no way. Just that's all I got. So what's going on in
That's it. In the case.
Yeah.
There was no comma, no
next case.
You need a.
First of all, this show is so problematic. And just,
I've said that a couple episodes by
Kaya
now.
is just so problematic. But she says what people are thinking. Y'all are thinking it. She's saying it. Y'all are tuning in for the giggles. So
bless them. I would like Maddie, aka TS Medicine, to step up and put her friend in check.
Put her friend in check out. It's like asking Candy to put Mama Joyce in check.
It's
one person is older than the other. One person's titties is sagging and the other person's titties not.
No, both of them titties are sagging. No,
I love you, T.S. Medicine. That was not a read or dig, but
I love both of them. But I know Gravity.
Yeah, because first of all, this song she got next caller is still a bop.
Yeah.
So Kaya is still putting out hits that stick like grits.
I'm just saying that T.S. Madison, as a transsexual that has been in the community for a while, as a transgender woman, she has a place in telling her friend, girl.
I want to watch the video of her falling again. It's it's like, where she was trying to hit a shuffle.
And then the spirit
on this thin ass pump. And
yeah.
it's like, girl, the pump. It's like, no, girl, you're not gonna pump in me. No pause.
Yikes! Wow, high risk. The spirit of homosexuality, like I said, took her the fuck on out and said, "Listen, you're not carrying that shit into 2018. Leave that shit in 2017. No, thank you."
And then she could even turn it into bitch, the testimony took me out.
And look who went to go help her.
Oh, and then I was just gonna say, and look at these uncles who went up here to like she playing it off. Okay, but hot topics time.
Anyway, Love and Hip Hop New York has bored me and made me as soft as my dick can get. And just in time, Love and Hip Hop Miami dropped a trailer that made me want to watch.
VH1 sent me the screener. Do you want to watch it? Of the first episode?
Yes.
You know I do those things for
absolutely.
Things, so.
But I watched the trailer and I watched the stuff that they put out to the free girls and to the unimportant girls, which I am apparently. So I watched that and I got extremely excited for Love and Hip Hop. I have not been this excited to watch the Love and Hip Hop show since like the second season of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
Well, we can watch the first episode after we done recording.
Because Love and Hip Hop, Hollywood, LA,
LOL,
it just child. And then New York is just
LMFAO.
Throw her away as well. And so hopefully they breathe some life into the Love and Hip Hop franchise with Love and Hip Hop Miami. Even though obviously the breakout stars are obviously Trina, because Trina.
Well, she's not a breakout star. She's already
she's the breakout star of the show.
The girl on the moniker. She's the girl. Her and Trick Daddy are on the moniker. The girls who are coming up, the up and coming girls.
I don't think Trick Daddy gonna do himself no favor with the show. That's why I didn't say Trick Daddy.
But he's married to Trina's cousin, and so Trina is like, "You need to treat my cousin right." Yes. She wants a divorce, and then Trick Daddy is like, "But I don't want one."
That's what I'm saying. So Trick Daddy ain't gonna do himself or his brain no favors with this show.
Oh.
Trina, I feel like it's gonna come up. It's gonna raise her likelihood, and people like, "Oh, I didn't know Trina, or I knew her song before, but I ain't never seen her before."
We don't really know her like that.
Like Trina is not in everybody else's household. She in the black household. She in the Latin household. She in the Southern household. Nobody in Europe, no shade. Nobody's like, "Oh, I wonder if Trina's coming out with a show in Europe." But she's gonna raise her her name and her name recognition with the show
and get a check for it.
Yeah,
amen.
Absolutely, as she should. And so that's what that's what I mean by breakout star, because I don't think anybody else. Now the girl with the afro, I think she's gonna be the
I
other
want
one
to like
watch.
her. I just hope her music is good. I know that she's sassy and feisty, and
I don't know if her music gonna be good
here.
I don't think her music gonna be good. I think she's gonna be good.
The music has got to be good.
No, because Jocelyn's music ain't never been good, but she been good TV.
Stingy with My Cootie Cat is a hit. You better.
Did somebody hit you when it came out? What do you mean by hit?
Run Me My Money is a bop.
Did someone bop you? Somebody bopped you.
First of all,
somebody bopped you when it came out.
Secondly,
so
in conclusion,
when we say hit and bop, we don't mean.
Next case.
Love and Hip Hop Miami, I'm extremely excited for. If you have not seen the trailer, it is out. Go check it out. Yeah. Trina, and the Afro-headed Cuban black girl.
We love her.
Everybody else is just unknown and not funny and not interesting so far. TV is gonna be really interesting next year. It looks like
911 is coming out with Angela Bassett.
That looks semi-interesting. I want to see more.
Produced by Ryan Murphy.
Absolutely,
American Horror Story.
I want to see more of the story of it because I see like what they wanted to show, the glitz and glam of it. But the more interesting aspect is obviously January 25th. Our Wiz are gonna be resnatched by RuPaul's Drag Race.
Okay.
I liked the first promo. It was okay. It didn't give me what I thought it was.
You talking about like the teaser promo like back in October or early November? The one
that just dropped.
Oh, okay.
The very last one that just dropped. That showed in all the queens and all the gold.
Mm-hmm.
I thought a lot of people were misses. They didn't look like all-stars to me. The only ones that looked like all-stars to me were Morgan McMichaels and Shangela.
Okay.
Nobody else looked like all-stars. It just looked like iterations of their last time that we saw them on Drag Race.
Well, I learned from like 2 or 3 seasons ago that I don't pick like who my projected winner is based off the promo because I'll be like, because I always be wrong. Like the only time I've ever gotten it right was with Tyra Sanchez. So I'm like, I'm wrong. Cursed. 9 out of 13. So yeah. So, but I am excited to see the season. Yeah, I'm excited to see the season. I do think that this season is very diverse. I'm excited to see Chi Chi DeVane because she has had time to go put a coin together, hopefully get out of bankruptcy.
Hopefully.
And put some looks together because that's what she's definitely saying in the promotion. She's like, I'm no longer the cheap queen. I got looks now. Well, girl, serve.
We shall see.
Literally, we shall see.
Also on TV, I got a chance to catch up on Real Housewives of Atlanta and Married to Medicine.
Okay.
When I caught up to Real Housewives of Atlanta, a lot of it was real boring.
It was real boring.
There was one thing that stuck out to me, the episode before the last one, because I just wasn't watching TV. It was my birthday, so
there's that.
I was doing stuff.
I'm not watching TV, Mom. I'm going outside.
I was outside playing with kids. So I caught up, and the episode before the last one seemed a bit problematic to me on Real Housewives of Atlanta, where they were doing the wedding for Kenya. And again, I'm not picking no one side on right, wrong, indifferent on a fake wedding for a girl that really is married because she didn't want to introduce her husband to y'all.
Yeah,
whatever.
Y'all my coworkers. I don't really.
I don't have to. I don't even. I don't even like you. I was just fighting with you last year. Anyway, so the part that I saw that was extremely problematic and dropped my jaw. I couldn't believe that a show like Real Housewives of Atlanta is still propagating the same bullshit that we tell them every fucking year. They still did the same thing. So, Sheree. Was it Sheree or Portia that went back out and got the gays to come to the wedding? The fake wedding?
Oh, Portia was over there committing.
Portia.
When they were in Chinatown, Portia was in charge of getting the guests.
I felt like it was Portia, but I didn't want to give her too much, and so I threw Sheree.
But the jig was get real cute because we were about to go to the gay club. So that was the jig. So for them,
that was the jig. That was the lie that Cynthia was telling Kenya, because that's something that they all do anyway. But that did not give them the basis of, let me go out into Chinatown, San Francisco, and find all the gays that I can find to be in this wedding, in this fake ass wedding, and use them as tools and accessories again. Like, how many times do we have to tell the Real Housewives of Atlanta that gays are not accessories? How many times?
How many times? K. Michelle has a song, How Many Times? Come on, Memphis.
She does, and apparently they need to hear it. Gays are not accessories to these shows no more. Like, I mean, it was unknown, and no one said anything for the first or second seasons when y'all brought these other gays, and they were friends of the show, and they was your hairstylist, your makeup artist, your personal assistant, your friend of the friend. But now, 10 seasons in, we still have to tell y'all that gay people are not y'all accessories? What the fuck? Andy Cohen, where are you? What are you doing? What's going on?
What you doing?
Because half of these gay people were black. Half of them were white. Where were you?
So Married to Medicine is so good. I hate that they moved the show to Friday nights and then they re-air it on Sundays. I think that is trash. But I really am enjoying seeing Dr. Contessa hold her own against Dr. Heavenly every single week.
Absolutely. Dr. Contessa was invited back into the fold, a la Dr. Jackie. So the head mistress, the supreme of the group,
the big
said,
chick.
Girl, you're going to be here next year.
So, yeah.
Welcome to the fold. I thought the funniest part of that was Dr. G pulling off in a fucking clown car. And they inserted the
skirt noise, and it was
like he had a whole Mustang or at least a Camaro.
But the gag for me was the distance. I'm like, how do you skirt from this distance to that distance? It don't happen. And I feel like they played him with that. Nobody feels like a Mini Cooper can skirt. You got a PhD in psychiatry, but the girls are still playing you on Bravo.
Well, his wife was still playing him as well. He was playing himself. Because if you are a doctor of psychiatry, you should be able to navigate your way through this conversation of how you feel, how can I make you feel, feelings, thoughts.
So the rest of us fucked because I'm from Memphis. I ain't never got a degree.
Well, she from Memphis too, so she was already fucked. in that
Quad was fucked.
So she was already fucked anyway. But he is a doctor of psychiatry. He should have at least been able to coax the conversation into a good place outside of getting his club
golf
clubs and getting into the Mini Cooper and skirt. But it didn't
So
happen
who
that
he
way.
was going to play with? Because like usually when you go play with the brothers at golf, like you have to plan like, okay, Friday at 6 we all gonna take our work, escape our wives, or he just grabbed his golf clubs and just left. I'm like, so did he already plan to start an argument so he could?
He wasn't going nowhere golfing. He just
out on the girls, or
no, he just went and got into the Mini Cooper and went to the strip club.
Oh, okay.
The golf club
that was
stayed.
his decoy.
Yeah.
How you know? You been doing this?
Wow. Part time.
Wow.
Part time.
So when I be wanting to go out, you be like, "Oh, I'm so tired." You really be into strip clubs?
I always want to go out. I don't know what you mean. It's never
slut alert.
Never been my story. The other hot topic is there was a report that the White House had told the CDC to take off, excise, do not use these 7 words. All 7 of these words were all problematic.
Evidence based.
Yeah, well, I'm getting to it. And all 7 of these words were very problematic for the CDC not.
Scientific research shows.
Not to be using because they're the fucking CDC. These are words that they should be saying all the time. But 2 of the words I found the most problematic of the 7 were evidence-based and transgender.
Yep.
So, evidence-based, meaning we went out and we found some facts.
We
did
this.
Some research. And evidence-based science told us these were the facts.
Yeah.
This is where it ended up. When girls say, I've been taking a PrEP pill for 2 days out of 30 days and I still got HIV. Evidence-based science told me this is why you got HIV. Evidence-based is a extremely important word for the CDC. Transgender is a word that cannot be taken out of the vocabulary of nothing because those are real people. Those are real situations.
Yep.
And so for the White House to come out with this alleged reported list for the CDC to take words like evidence-based and transgender out of the vocabulary of a nonpartisan organization like the CDC is absolutely ludicrous, and I'm not here for it. I have no idea how anyone can substantiate taking those 2, if not even the other 5 words, out of the vocabulary, out of anything that the CDC uses. What?
So
transgender. People are transgender. You can't not make them transgender.
I think it was Philip DeFranco. I want to say it was either the View or Philip DeFranco or somebody I was watching, and they broke it down. Okay, so it does appear problematic off top reading the headlines.
Appears.
So.
What I found on the web for problematic.
See, we're like, this is what I found on the internet for problematic. But he broke it down. It was about when applying to get funds. And it's about who you're applying to get funds from. And like right now, the president that we are trying to get funds from for the CDC don't know nothing about or care nothing about evidence-based scientific research, transgender. He doesn't care about these words.
And they're the wrong people to look for funding from.
It's the federal government. And so then they're a federal government organization. And when it comes to which projects get funded, you can't use those types of words to entice a person with a 3rd grade level education, because one, girl, science to me is girl mixing the vinegar with the baking soda so I can get a volcano on my science project. So that tells you the education level of Donald Trump. So it was about marketing so your funding will more likely get approved. So I understand it when it was broken down that way. I don't
understand.
But I'm like, this man is the president of the United States, that the Electoral College, even if the popular vote fuck up, the smart, rich girls are supposed to make the right decision and put the right person in office. And the Electoral College failed us. So now we can't use the right terms, things that matter to me. Anyway.
Yeah, I agree. I just don't feel like we need to relitigate the election. We need to let Bob Mueller litigate the outcome of the election. He needs to litigate the outcome of the election. But while we currently still have him in office, we need to be resisting. We need to be talking about the fucked up things that are happening and taking the words like transgender and evidence-based out of the mouths of the CDC is unlawful. At minimum. Matt Damon
Who's
decided
that? The white man. He's an actor.
he's
He's
actor.
rich. What's he famous for? The Bourne Identity? What he was in?
Born Identity and all 5 or 6 of its sequels or something like that. 5,
Yeah.
maybe it's probably
The Bourne
5.
Identity is like really
They've been great movies, great action movies. Matt Damon has had a
but he did something problematic.
prosperous.
I'm just waiting.
Confirmed. Why the fuck would he not? He's had a
I'm rich white man in
prosperous
America.
career. And now he has decided he has a movie coming out called Downsizing, and I like the idea of the movie.
Oh yeah, I do like the thought.
I like the idea of the movie, but he has just sunk all possibility of that movie fucking being successful financially
on the press tour. He said something
or
problematic
or awards worthy. I think that he was trying to make this semi awards worthy, even though it's kind of like after the deadline, like you missed this by like 2 weeks ago. But at least at minimum, she's not gonna make no money now because you out here saying all the wrong shit, and all the white soccer moms are not going to go see it, and so that's half your fan base.
Okay, so what did he say?
So Matt Damon wants us to feel sorry for men who are not sexually assaulting, sexually abusing, sexually harassing women and or men.
Okay,
He says you should look away from all the other shit that's going on right now. It's popular to talk about all that. Look to all of us, quote unquote, us, because we don't know what's going on in his closet right now and why he's speaking about this. Anyway, look to all of us, quote unquote, that aren't sexually harassing and aren't sexually abusing and aren't raping. I'm like, so you want a gold star for not raping somebody?
I would.
You
like
want
a gold star.
You want
yeah.
a kudo? You want a cookie?
Yeah.
You want a puppy?
A white macadamia nut cookie.
You want a Grammy? You want an Oscar because you didn't rape a bitch?
A Tony would be nice. Yeah, I want one.
Well,
Can you give me one?
Miss Damon, you're not gonna get none.
Wow.
The problems that I have with this is the reason that no one's talking about these quote unquote good men is because they're good men, and good men don't need kudos for doing what good men do.
First of all, it's very difficult to have a movie to go to these days, to have a CD to go by. So we're supporting those people by continuing to invest in their art.
And again, confirmed. But the focus of all of this hashtag Me Too movement and all of the silence breakers and all of that in the past 5-6 months or so is they are the victims. Straight white men that aren't raping and aren't harassing and aren't harassing, raping, and all the other alleged bullshit. They're not the victims. They're going to work. They're just doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Come on.
You don't get praise for doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Well, you do.
No, you don't.
A bitch will marry you and give you 4 kids and wash your dirty drawers. That's the praise. That's the praise you get.
That's praise enough.
Yeah, that's praise enough.
That's praise enough. You don't get to ask for Good Morning America to be like, well, this morning at 9, guess who didn't rape nobody? Matt Damon. Well, back to you, Susan. No, girl.
We'll go see your movie. That's what we do to support you.
No one gets gold stars for raping and not harassing, for not raping and not harassing, and not assaulting people. Because I would get all the gold stars. I would have all the Oscars, all the Grammys, and all the awards. Because I'm sure I could have. Plenty of air and opportunity, but I didn't. Because I'm not a horrible person. So, Matt Damon, I don't know what he was going for. I don't know what he was trying to
going for the gold.
But he did not get the gold. As we will cover later on.
Any other hot topics?
As we will cover later on in the episode, he did not get the gold. The last and final one.
All right now.
I really don't want to be giving Remy Ma so much, but Remy Ma be giving me so much to go after her for.
Shout out to Azealia Banks.
Shout out to Azealia Banks. Last week's episode, I told y'all 2 times a year, these broken clocks be right. Sometimes I'll be there to witness it. And so thank you. Shout out to Azealia Banks. But anyway, Remy Ma made Azealia Banks right 3 times apparently. She did an interview with Hot 97 and said that when she got out of jail, there was nothing but tumbleweeds in the female rap industry, and they was just waiting on Remy Ma to get out so, she could breathe life back into this industry because they didn't know what to do for them 6 winters, 5 summers, 18 winters.
Thoughts and prayers.
She was gone a while, and no
Thoughts
one,
and prayers.
no one missed
That's all
her.
I got.
No one missed her ass but Papoose. But for the whole while that she was gone, she felt like there was just tumbleweeds. Nobody was doing nothing because Reminiscence was gone away, and she was telling Hot 97 this, and they was eating it up, obviously. And I found problem with this because I like some of Remy Ma's old music. I'm realistic. Some of her old music was cute.
All right now.
Some of it was. But Remy Ma got out of jail in August 2014.
When you get out, leave the girls alone. Leave Remy alone. Leave her jail sentence out of this and just talk about the great music. Just talk about the great music. Cooking. She went to Abu Dhabi or somewhere and filmed that. And it did something. The stove was warm, and then
the gas got cut off.
And then
so
Cardi
she got
B went
out
over there to the same place and recorded Bodak Yellow, and that video did numbers. So which video wins?
Remy Ma got out of jail in August 2014. And so, though I don't want to give this other girl any accolades,
she was right though.
No, I mean this other girl.
Azealia Banks? I don't know who the other girl is.
5 seconds.
Foxy Brown?
Hush.
Oh.
This other girl also did numbers. Chart-topping, number 1 ass numbers.
You gotta talk about Nicki Minaj. Oh my God. I'm gonna be surprised. Come on so I can be surprised.
You will be.
Okay.
Because you didn't let me finish. Fancy by Iggy Azalea.
And I'm like, he don't talk about Nicki Minaj. No, he's talking about Iggy Azalea. Wow.
And Problem by Iggy Azalea.
Oh,
featuring.
Shout out to Ariana Grande.
Featuring Iggy Azalea, excuse me.
The gay icon.
Both of them. Both of them.
I'm doing something you can't do and she can't do.
Both of them are platinum and multi-platinum songs.
Cool.
Something that Remy Ma has yet.
Cooking is at least gold. Fat Joe featuring Remy Ma featuring it had like 4 people on there. I know 4 people can do 500,000.
I didn't say that she never had any gold records. I said these songs are multi-platinum and platinum records. So even though I don't want to give Iggy Azalea a dandelion, I will give her flowers for Fancy and Problem because they did take the fuck over of 2014 for the charts and for the girls and for the rest of the world as far as female rap is involved.
Okay.
Outside of that, my personal favorite as far as female rap goes for 2014, I don't know if she just didn't have no Tidal subscription or she didn't have no Apple or she didn't have the internet, her phone was cut off or what.
None of these things were out when she went to jail.
No, these things came out in 2014, the year that she got out of jail when she's talking about
Apple Music came out in 2014?
Sweetheart.
Oh my God. Game changers.
Anaconda dropped in 2014 as well.
Oh my, that was the song of the year that year.
Anaconda was my personal favorite. Put Nicki Minaj in a place that Nicki Minaj could arguably have never been without that single outside of Super Bass because it was her second biggest song of all time.
Well, I'm excited for Nicki Minaj because Anaconda definitely slayed, and she released this shit like April, May, June, and the album did come out to December. So Anaconda was like, I don't have to drop the album yet. Anaconda is still doing what it needs to do.
Absolutely. And it did what it did the whole summer. You could not go anywhere for the summer of 2014 and not hear Anaconda.
Look at you doing your research.
As well as Only.
Oh yeah, Only was good.
Only also came
for
out
the urban market.
Yeah, for the urban rap market, which included Lil Wayne, which included Drake. Again, you couldn't go nowhere the fall of 2014 into the winter of 2014 and not hear Only. So when Remy Ma says that when she came out, it was nothing but tumbleweeds in the game of female rap, I don't know if her vision was bad or all her subscriptions were canceled. I don't understand.
She was still doing her 30-day free trials or something.
I guess, because female rap was doing just fine before, after, and during you. I don't understand.
Thank you guys for leaving us reviews on Apple Podcasts. Make sure you open your Apple Podcast app, search for Here For a Podcast, click the reviews tab, and click write a review. We are a 5-star podcast on Apple Podcasts. And leave us comments wherever you're listening because we love to know what you guys are thinking.
5-star chicks.
This week in social studies, it's really quick, really easy. I know we are coming up into the new year, and of course, everybody's thinking about diets and how I can get into lean eating. And so, for my column for Project Briggs this month, I wrote about 3 ways that you can keep your New Year's resolutions. And for this episode, I want to talk about what makes us overeat. A lot of fast food places love to overload things with sugars. They try to cut back on calories and increase it with sugar because if they cut back on all the good shit, then it's going to taste nasty. So they think that they should just overload it with sugar and then you're like, oh my God, I got to have this. One Minute Maid juice I was drinking had 71 grams of sugar in it. I was like, oh my fucking God, I'm going to be on a damn caffeine hike for the rest of the day. But there's something about sugar and white flour. The Center for Science of Public Interest discussed the Diet Fits study, which surveyed over 500 people, and really the only recommendation they had was to cut sugar and products with white flour. And they monitored these people for a full calendar year. They told these people do not join diets that are calorie based, like, oh my God, I can only eat 2,000 calories today, or oh my God, I can only have 5,000 calories. But do make sure that you include more high fiber vegetables. And one person over the study lost up to 60 pounds. And other people lost 35 pounds, 42 pounds. So I was trying to figure out what is it about white flour. Because in the study they showed a picture of Domino's, and it was like practically everything that Domino's makes is flooded with white flour. And I was like, well, I know the sugar industry is trash, but flour, I just wasn't expecting it. But I will definitely leave a link below to the Center for Science of Public Interest so you can see what they had to say about the Diet Fit study and see how they can fit into your diet for 2018 if you are into that. That's all I got.
Yay. Absolutely. Dieting is gonna be really important for a lot of you hoes come 2 weeks from now. Everybody's gonna be looking in the mirror, looking at their whole last year, their best 9, and be like, damn, I was fat in 2017. I'm gonna do better in 2018. 18 is gonna be the new fit. Fit is the new it.
All right now.
Definitely look into these things. Look into things that you can cut, things that you can keep. To make sure your diet is in balance.
With the deep waves. What's going on in sexual health? Oh Lord, I'm scared.
Why are you scared?
Well, I'm always scared because I'm a scary ass bitch. But
I continue to say that. So in sexual health, I want to make sure that we talk about something that is not actually about intercourse, but still sexuality. So I have never been the biggest pronoun policeman, because I'm old and, like people a little bit older than me and of my generation, we just didn't do
she identifies as male.
We didn't do that. And a lot of times it was the slurs of transgender people instead of calling them transgender or transsexual. When I was coming up as a gay, and definitely when I was coming up as a straight person, it was even worse. It was still I'm not even gonna say the slurs. There was all the slurs. And so this week in sexual health, I want to arm all my fellow non-policemen out there, because you don't have to be a policeman of pronouns to be armed to spot and recognize when people are being malicious. I watched a documentary, it was a docu-series called For My Man. And if you know anything about this podcast, you know we've constantly asked the question, are you my man?
Are you
my man? And when I saw this docu-series called For My Man, I was like, oh, they've heard Here For a Podcast. So let me tune in. So I watched an episode, and they were detailing the criminal past of a young transgender by the name of Markia. Her name is Markia. Though they referenced her throughout the docuseries as Mark, though they referenced her as him, though they referenced her as a man, though they referenced her boyfriend as him, and two men in love, I found how tone deaf people can still be in 2017, even with all the social justice warriors out there constantly on niggas' heads. They are constantly out here. I don't know if y'all have seen this docuseries, but the anger that I felt in watching the goddamn 30 minutes of this docuseries told me that I'm not really a social justice warrior, but let me put a badge on in this moment, because how the fuck dare you use a story of a transgender person and misgender them throughout the story that you're trying to tell about them? They were so malicious in it because they were consistently referring to her as a transsexual, but then misgendering her as a him and a he. And then his aunt that was giving the testimonial, the interview of it, she's from BFE, Oklahoma. All of them were from BFE, Oklahoma. I don't remember the name of it because it's a long name. But they all were from BFE, Oklahoma. And they all, including his aunt, misgendered her. And I just misgendered her there for 5 seconds. But as you can see, it's really easy sometimes to forget and slip up with the pronouns. But it's different than slipping up and forgetting than maliciously saying him, her, him, his, man. All of those different things. Right. And so they showed this video of our sister being dragged out of a police car, being handcuffed, kicked by the police, her hair being pulled off because she didn't look like the picture in her photo ID. And then they continued taping this and then put it in a full episode of For My Man. And so this week in sexual health, I want to make sure that we're not necessarily talking about sexual intercourse, but sexuality is extremely important in standing up for causes that you may not necessarily be on the side of. So like I talked about last week, as far as the lesbians being on the LGBTQIA plus side, we also have to be accountable and make sure that we recognize things and injustices for our fellow LGBTQIA plus members.
Listener questions. Send us your questions to our inbox at hereforitpod@gmail. One of these is very lengthy, but I'm going to read it to you. Send us your questions to hereforitpod@gmail.com or to any inbox where you can find us on social media. Dylan emailed us and said, first of all, it's like, because of you, everybody starts with first of all.
I feel like he had a finger up in that.
Yeah.
And put your finger down, Dylan.
First of all, I wanted to say y'all always brighten up my Wednesday mornings and have me laughing at like a madman on my morning commutes. I have a question for y'all. I'm a 22-year-old black out gay man from New York City. There was commas there. That's why I paused. I've been fortunate enough to have almost everyone in my life be open-minded and accepting of my sexuality. I'm finishing up my associate's degree and considering my choices for my bachelor's. I'm considering some HBCUs or other predominantly black universities. Do y'all have any insight or experience into how some HBCUs and predominantly black universities feel about gays? Also, what about the niggas as well? I'm not into fucking with their DL lifestyle. Cool. I've been out and proud about being gay since I was 16 and have no interest in going back into the closet for someone else's sake. I'm also not trying to hate college for any more time than I already have. Any insight would be greatly appreciated. Thank you and keep being amazing and hilarious.
Aw.
This gay.
Thanks.
Gay.
I assume he's applying to these now?
Do y'all have any insight or experience into how some HBCUs and predominantly black universities feel about gay niggas?
Well, yeah.
Shout out to gay niggas.
Always. But I'm wondering, is he applying or?
I think he's considered. He said I'm considering some HBCUs and other predominantly black universities.
Okay.
Tell me what your insights.
So I assume is he in high school? That's why I'm asking.
Were you listening? He said he's finishing up his associates.
Oh, so he's already.
Were you listening? Do I need to read the whole thing again?
No.
Okay, so he's finishing up his associates and considering a predominantly black university for his bachelor's. Because these 2 years that he's going through currently is getting on his nerves. So he's hoping to find some something in a black community and still get the education. But is it going to be worth it leaving the community he's already in?
Dope.
I say no, but that's just me.
Why do you say that?
Just because it just be so extracurricular. Like I feel like I didn't go to a HBCU, but I just feel like the persons of color on the campus where I attended college were so caught up in the extracurricular things. And when I would talk to Richard or John or Bill, like, they did those extracurricular things, but those things were like Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights. And Sunday, you could always find them back in the trenches in a Trig 2 book or their whatever 2 or 3 book. And we were still getting caught up and end up dropping out because our scholarships didn't transfer to the following year. And I don't want that for you. And when it comes to gay niggas, sure, they homophobes. So
What?
There's that. There's just, I mean, even Morehouse is full of homophobia. They didn't want to give them the safe space. They didn't want them to have Pride Week. I mean, you were in Atlanta at an all-male school. I mean, like, the barriers of what's going on around you in the city of Atlanta and the things that you were trying to keep out of Morehouse, these things don't go together.
Well, I humbly disagree. I believe that the HBCU experience is something that you can't get when you have already missed it. I feel like I would have loved to have the HBCU experience. I went to a predominantly white college when I went to college and did not get the experience that I have heard other people get from HBCUs outside of the gay experience. Even with the gay experience, I still feel like there are gay subcultures within these HBCUs that are not front page news, not front blog news, and a lot of times the front blog news is when Morehouse does not want the girls to be the girls. I do know that there is a huge subculture within Morehouse and also within Howard of black gay men who weave together outside of fraternities, outside of everything else going on extracurricularly, that are still friends and still have a lot of different bonds. I know them personally, and I know that they still carry on those friendships. So I would not encourage you against it. I would say definitely try it. And if it's something that you don't want, something that you get bad vibes from, then definitely go back to your home colleges and predominantly white institutions. Again, I went to a predominantly white institution.
Then you gotta go to the financial aid office again. And that is the worst part of college.
You're gonna go to the financial aid office more than once throughout college if you plan to stay there. Okay. So that's the least of your concerns. Graduating is the top of your concern. But again, I say definitely get the HBCU experience because you do not want to be an old nigga like me wishing that you had the HBCU experience and then like, well, can I
There's
go?
definitely pride in people who go to HB, like the pride of like when everybody gets together that went to Howard is like it's very admirable to see the people who made it through it, but it's gonna be a struggle. But all college is a struggle.
College
overall.
in general is a struggle. That's why half of
struggle.
them niggas out there ain't went.
Well,
so college in general is a struggle. But if you can find these close knit niches of people that also believe and think the same way as that you are, and it's easier when everybody else is black and you just got to find the gay people. I think that's a better opportunity rather than when you're in a predominantly white institution and everybody else is white, and then you got to find the black people, and then you got to find the gay black people. That makes it harder than when everybody's black, and then you just got to find the gay black people, and then you just got to find the bottoms.
Do you remember when, because we've been here at Howard, it was 2 white girls went to Howard on purpose with "Make America Great Again" hats,
and then people
their names were like Rebecca and something, and then like they were like outraged because the black people were telling them to get the fuck off campus and this is bullshit, and they were trying to make the news, but it kind of sort of like made the below budget news, but it didn't make no mainstream media news. And so Rebecca and her friend.
It made here for a podcast, and so Rebecca and them, hey y'all, I hope y'all don't come back to Howard with y'all bullshit.
Anonymous sent us in our DM on Insta. I'm dating this guy. He's an amazing man. He has a great job. What's wrong with him? He has a great job, likable qualities, and we are just overall compatible.
Dick little.
About a month into dating, we had a conversation about sex. So probably so.
Woo!
We decided to wait to become sexually involved. Oh, he must have grabbed it and it was little.
I don't know.
Because we agreed.
I don't know why God gave me this gift, but he just gave it to me and I'll just use it.
It was little, so
all right.
What you do with it?
Well, that's not the gift he gave me. That's the gift he gave this nigga.
About a month into dating, we had a conversation about sex. We decided to wait to become sexually involved because we agreed sex can complicate things and we want to build a friendship first. It was here that he told me that he was a virgin. Not a gay virgin, but a virgin completely. I'm uneasy about popping someone's cherry. I'm not sure I want this responsibility. Am I wrong for thinking this way? What should I do? Signed, Anonymous.
Nah. I think virgins should be fucked by other virgins and virgin adjacents. Like people that this is like your first through your 10th time. If I had been fucking for 10, 15 years, this is not the first one you want. Okay. Bottom, versatile, or otherwise. Because I'm expecting something different in sex. When you are a virgin, you can't give me what I'm expecting in sex.
This is all this little fantasy stuff you seen on My Vista.
What?
Do you see fantasies on my? Where do people see fantasies at? I don't know.
Who has the fantasy? Who are you talking about?
The virgin person, because you know
the virgin person's fantasy is that this will go slow and I won't be traumatized and I will be able to wake up tomorrow. Like that.
Yeah.
He be lying on his fucking microphone. And the virgin person, you know, they don't know like the complications of sex. And so someone that's been fucking for a long periodically time, they're not worried about those inconsistencies. They're worried about, did you nut? Did I nut? Cool. That's not, so when someone's a virgin, like I am absolutely averse to having sex with a virgin.
I agree with what you're saying wholeheartedly. I don't think someone who's experienced like that should be dealing with a virgin, because I remember like my fantasies were like, I lost my virginity while the L Word was playing. Like the lesbians on the TV were having a scene and it was on TV. And then I was like, we started kissing. Well, first of all, we have things, so it was going to be different off top. But then we started kissing and touching and stuff. And then they started doing it on the TV. And I was like, I'm ready. And then I was like, oh my God, this is such a virgin thing to say. And I was like, if you're ready, girl, just do the next step. You have to tell him that you...
I may be young, but ready.
I was naive, but I was ready. So, you know, like how the process works, what's the thing, you know, you end up saying the wrong thing in the moment because you're naive and don't know what the right thing to do. It's just, when you're a virgin, it's just so different.
And that's why I had to change the sheets.
We did. The first and only time I've ever done it. I was so embarrassed. I have not ever again.
So again, these are the reasons why you do not want to have sex with a virgin.
Okay, you don't.
Leave that to someone that is also virgin or virgin adjacent. So someone that is in their first 10 times. Get this shit the fuck on out the way. They not expecting much. You not expecting much. You just want to get your first time out the way so you can get to your second time, so you can get to your third time, so you can get to your fourth time. So
get that first time out the way. Just get it out the way. Just
so you can, so it can be good after that. Because your first time, I don't know many people that have said, "Oh my God! God! The first time I ever had sex,
the first one though, girl. Oh my God,
the best." I don't know. I know some people that said that. I also believe they liars though, but whatever. But I don't know many people that have in their first time, because you're just trying to find shit. You lost. You confused. You're trying to find your mama. Why are you down there when you should be up here?
What's next? What's next for us?
What's your song?
My song for my soul is Nicki Minaj, Plain Jane. It's some other person on it. I don't know what the song is called. Well, I do know it's
not your birthday month. You cannot make no rap songs.
But I don't know. Nicki delivered, okay? I had just arrived to the workhouse and people were posting this yellow and black single cover saying Nicki Minaj had 8. Okay, Nicki Minaj had 8. I was like, it's breakfast time. Why is she eating already? And so the verse opened with something, her church like Houdini, so and so and so, made him down on title, so he streaming when he leave me. And I was just, I was just like, oh yes, they must be eating ass because that's where they bottom beaters. I was like, yes, Did she? Of course, she did her. Bitches is my sons. I was like, well, in this case, it works. So just keep going, Nicki. And then Nicki just ate. Nicki ate. I was like, it's 7:45 a.m. and Nicki has eaten all of her calories for the full day. Nicki does not need no more. Nicki does not get no more calories. She's done. She ate. Okay.
She did.
So, Nicki Minaj featured on whatever the other person's song, Plain Jane. So for myself,
there was the only Plain Jane on the song was whoever
that person.
It was A$AP Ferg, but he was the only Plain Jane on it. Even though I liked his song, I liked his verse. He was the Plain Jane because Nicki came after you. Why?
Nicki ate. Okay,
she was the Barbie, and then you were the Plain Jane on your own Plain Jane.
That was a feast had.
On your own Plain Jane ass song. Why would you do this? Why would you do this to yourself? Tell Nicki, send this verse back. Send me something else. Do you have something weaker? You're not putting this on my shit.
Or do what she did on her first album when she was like, I want Eminem on my first album. But then Eminem did a verse, and since it's her, then she's like, oh, no, not on my song. And then she sent the verse back to Eminem. And then Eminem was like, damn, that's hot. I need to do a second verse. And then so her and Eminem went back to back, and they both made it a sport. You know, just it's like I'm gonna do the first verse, and then just let Nicki have the other 2.5 minutes.
But how many? And this is a tangent, but okay, I got time. But how many female rappers are going head to head, back to back with another MC like Eminem? And when girls like Remy Ma, no shade again, I understand. Lord, I understand that New York people hold her in such high regard, and she can do this and do that. She has a different style of hip hop. I understand that. But
is this the thanks that I get for putting you bitches on? Is it my fault that all of you bitches gone? Should have sent a thank you note, you little hoe. Now I'ma wrap your coffin with a bow. Nicki, she just mad that you took the spot. Worth it, bitch. Oh, shout out to Nicki and Eminem. They went up.
But that's where I'm going. That's where I'm going with that.
That was up.
Is she can get on a song with the top 5 rappers of all time. And you can pick who your top 5 rappers are. And if they're not dead, she already rapped with them.
And she's in their top 5.
She already rapped with them.
So,
and if she didn't rap just with them and along with them, 9 times out of 10, she beat them. And we can go to the monster.
Shout out to Joe
We can go to the monster lyric. We can go to the monster lyric and be like, all right. What you feel about Jay? What you feel about Kanye? But you know that whole Nicki verse though, from front to back. Anyway, Plain Jane was dope. The song for my soul, the song for my soul this week, is by The Voice. Obviously, there is only one voice. It's contested because Mariah Carey is still alive and she's attempting. I love her down boots, but there is only one voice. And the voice is Whitney Houston.
Okay.
She's the voice of my generation.
All right.
She's the voice of your generation. She's the voice of their generation.
Is she the voice of Minnie Riperton's generation?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Feel safe in saying that. And the song is $1 Million Bill.
Come on, $1 Million Bill. Written by Alicia Keys.
$1 Million Bill is a comeback song when girls told you can't come back. And this is the song for my soul because this is the end of 2017. I'm sure, much like me, some of you guys have not had the best of years. 2016 was trash. 2017 was also trash for me. And you have to be inspired by what Whitney motherfucking Houston did with $1 Million Bill and saying, you know, I've had a whole bunch of trash years, and I can come back and give y'all a single that would make y'all put my shit back on the radio, make people remember my name, make people remember who I am, if I want to, and I will. And that's what she did with $1 Million Bill. It is also the song for my soul because Issa Rae is about to get a couple $1 million bills more. She signed to do 2 more shows for HB motherfucking O. And the $1 million that we are getting ready to attach to Issa Rae can't be counted. Because I don't know if you read the synopsis of these shows on Gossip, but it sounds like Insecure times 5. So $1 Million Bill is a song for my soul because Issa Rae is about to get all of these $1 million cheques. And we're in the season of starting over and getting more $1 million bills.
This week, I am here for this quote-unquote groundbreaking new study that reveals the most popular sex positions among men. So shout out to Doggy Style for being first.
My fave.
For some reason, it got split on the third position. Gave me like the 69 and the heteros like something else. But Doggy Style was first. And what was number 2? Missionary is number 2. And so for number 3, we like 69 in. Okay, put mine in your mouth and put, the other way around. And the third one for straight people was Cowgirl.
Ugh.
So riding, basically.
I like...
Is Cowgirl... Cowgirl is riding with them facing you, or Cowgirl...
Oh, yeah. So I don't...
Reverse Cowgirl? I forget what...
So reverse Cowgirl is the one I don't like. I'm like...
Let me see. Let me Google reverse Cowgirl.
Reverse Cowgirl is riding, but the other way around. Cowgirl is just riding.
Cowgirl is riding facing you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so Cowgirl I don't mind, but I don't fuck Cowgirls no more, so it's just Cowboy.
Gay dudes probably put riding on the survey, and the people counting the tally didn't even know what they were talking about.
It didn't tabulate. So Cowgirl is still cool for me, depending on the nigga, because everybody can't ride.
If it flops right when he going up or down.
Oh well, yeah, that too. That makes that makes it cute,
more enjoyable.
So Cowgirl is still fun. Reverse Cowgirl is just a no go for me. I'm like, what are you doing?
I can't see you. Turn back around.
I can't see you, and then you can't move. That's my least favorite sex position. I think. I'm pretty sure. Okay. I thought pile driver was my least sex favorite position, but then I found somebody that could actually...
The froggy kind?
No, pile driver is different.
Pile driver. Let me Google it.
One day. No. When we get to the end. Okay. I thought pile driver was my least favorite position because I had like a bad sexual experience with pile driver. Okay. And then I had a few good ones and I was like, ooh, okay, I like that.
Wow. Pile driver. Wow, pile driver. Cool.
So my co-host is learning new sex positions.
Yeah, like, he's cute, but it's probably a little low. It is. I like his body type though. He chocolate. Okay.
What
are you here for this week?
Fucking.
I will look at these images later.
I am here for one of my childhood favorite comedies. Roseanne is coming back to motherfucking TV March 27th. Cue your goddamn TiVos if you got them, your DVRs, whatever the fuck you got. If you got your Fire Stick,
your faith in Jesus,
media, whatever you need, go over your friend's house. Roseanne is coming back, and it looks like it's going to be good.
Yum, yum.
I loved Roseanne. I can watch Roseanne just like I can watch Martin, just like I can watch Living Single, just like I can watch My Wife and Kids, back to motherfucking back, all day, every night. It has gotten me through because, funny, realistic, and I feel like it's the only white comedy that I can watch every episode of every season. Like some white comedies, I'm like, give or take. Roseanne, I can watch from when it was dirt poor to when she got the fucking lottery, and they didn't know what to do with the money, and maybe Dan died, and we don't know if Dan lived, and I think Dan is coming back as a ghost.
Dan's coming. Oh, as a ghost?
We don't know. We don't know until the show premieres. Okay. But John Goodman is back on the cast, but his character died in the TV show.
That's what people keep bringing up.
Yeah.
Quit bringing it up. First of all, quit bringing it up. He gonna live.
Well, it happened.
His prayer warriors came through.
It happened in the last season. And so to the best of my writing and knowledgeability, I feel like they're bringing him back as a ghost who's going to be advising / haunting Roseanne, which could still be funny. Mm-hmm. Obviously, I don't feel like they're going to bring him back and just pretend he never died in the whole last season, because that would be dumb. But my here for it is Roseanne, because I can't wait for some funny shit to come back to TV. I need some comical relief, especially in the form of white comedy, especially if they're going to be struggling. Because I feel like they're gonna be struggling. No shade. I feel like they lost this whatever $1 million lottery thing she won, and that's what brings it back. Is like, well, we back in Lanford. I feel like that's what it is, and I'm not a writer. I'm not fully a psychic, but I feel like that's what it is. So that's what I'm here for this week.
Thank you guys for subscribing to our Patreon, patreon.com/HereForItHive. The question was asked if a person wanted to give a one-time donation, how much would be important? And we definitely agree that you can give as much as the Patreon numbers say. So a minimum of $26 for the Patreon. So to be a Here For It Hive member on Patreon. So we would definitely appreciate all donations to our show. We're definitely working on a live show. The last episode has not reached 1,000 listens yet, so I don't have an answer about the happy hour. But we love you guys, and thank you so much for donating to our Patreon. Don't forget to leave us reviews anywhere where you are listening. We are on Acast, Pocket Cast, SoundCloud. Our show is available on YouTube, so make sure you join us on there. And of course, subscribe on, what is it called? I'm uploading this SoundCloud. But thank you guys. We love you so much. And it is time for our last call. And you go first. You always do, Cheryl. So leave me out here lonely.
Well, our collective last call this week.
Oh, there it is. We have an announcement.
Is that next week our episode will be an awards
ceremony.
Absolutely.
We can get dressed up to record. We can make it cute.
Yes. So, we will be doing the Gay Olympics next week.
Oh, wow.
So, would you please announce our nomination list and nominees?
The first category is the most turned. It was really difficult because we could not figure out who was the most turned person of 2017. Do you have a choice or option of who's your most turned?
I feel like my most turned was obviously Cardi B.
Oh my God, that was so difficult to come up with. But we have to be fair. These are just the nominees. We're just supposed to be cool and collected when you announce the nominees. But okay, so
yes, I feel like my most turned was Cardi B because obviously Cardi B.
We're just doing it. We gotta be cordial. You're supposed to show the pictures and the title of their albums or something.
Yes.
So Cardi B. Second nominee is Angela Rye for most turned, and you guys know all of her works in social justice and being a CNN commentator.
Absolutely.
An icon in the making. We have John Boyega for all of his works with the Netflix movies he's done, and of course his works with Star Wars, and actor John Boyega. The second person is Cardi B, because of course, child, she's an icon.
She's still an icon in the making.
She's out here wearing her leotards and hoping y'all to throw dollars at her because her name is not Ashanti.
Well, Ashanti still wants y'all to throw dollars at her.
Humanitarians for
I felt like Mr. Smithers should be nominated for the Humanitarian Award because he came out as gay for the first time in almost 30 years.
And I am definitely very proud of Daniel Driffin from Atlanta, who is an HIV positive black man who spoke at the DNC conference last year where we attempted to make Hillary Clinton our president. So shout out to humanitarian Daniel Driffin.
We were semi-successful with that. Best porn star.
I definitely have to give kudos. Do you go first or do I go first? Or
I think Cash De Niro has had the best porn career of the year.
Well, my sister, Chino Black from Memphis, has definitely turned it from making Tumblr videos to being in one of the best porn productions of 2017.
along with his sister
So,
Castanero.
shout out to Chino Black.
The She Tried It award.
Child. Tried. I'm looking at it.
And
so
if you can feel
she
like,
tried.
if you feel like
it
could be tried, these nominees tried it. I feel like Tina Campbell tried it the most all fucking year long. She had 365 days.
It's her own fault.
She
tried it.
She had 365 days of trying it, and she tried it for almost all of them.
She went on the reel and professed to us that she voted for Donald Trump, decided that she wanted to continue to try a solo career after that, and she wanted to attempt at a tour. So she tried it, that, them, those things, past participles. She tried all of the things.
Successful enough.
My choice is Tamar Braxton and her wig at the BET Awards. The Miss Patty Pie girl is combing hair now.
R.I.P.
I guess that was his first time combing hair at the BET Awards.
Well, he combed his own hair.
Oh, throw her away. Speaking of, the next category is throw her away.
Woo! So sometimes
we love you, Miss Patty Pie's person, but yeah, that doing hair, you could throw that wig away.
Yeah. So after she tried it, because sometimes girls try it and they can be redeemed. Not that any of those girls could be redeemed.
No.
But some girls that need to be thrown away just need to be thrown away. We're done with them.
Meghan McCain from The View. She's got to go. That conservative view that she holds on to. We got to have a conservative girl on the panel, and she's got to be strong. But Meghan McCain has cried so much. Girl, no. She's not going to make her probationary, period.
Yikes. So Jackie not going to bring her on?
Who is... Oh, cool. Throw her away. Who's your choice?
I nominate Antonio Biaggi. She's been doing porn for long enough now. Her comments against race and against her own interests and against Beyonce have
against Beyonce?
Yeah.
Throw her away.
Yeah.
Sorry. Who do y'all pick? Yeah. Is Meghan McCain worse than... Well, he went against Beyonce, so Antonio... Let us know. We need to know who...
We'll give you guys your own categories at the end.
Oh, wow. So the sexiest man in America.
The sexiest man in America, I nominate... the sexiest man, Michael B. Jordan, who was going to be in the Black Panther movie and going to be half naked most of the time. So he is my real sexiest man of America after People Magazine pulled it and tried it with Blake Shelton because he ain't nobody motherfucking sexiest man.
Cool. Well, I do live for good old Idris Elba, and he down with Memphis.
Idris Elba is your sexiest man in America?
I like him a lot.
He's not even in America, though.
Chocolatey, foreign.
He's not American, and he doesn't live in America.
You don't know about his citizenship. You work at ICE now. Where you work at?
All right, so that's what you nominate.
Get your steps in order. I pick Idris Elba, and he had some Memphis before, and he was gonna choose Memphis, but he had got the girl pregnant, so he had to go be a husband, but it didn't work. That didn't even work out, and now K. Michelle still crying on this album that I can't believe he picked her over me. So
he's still not American. Are you gonna marry him so he can be American?
Look, he comes to America. That's good enough.
All right. So does HPV. What the fuck?
Wow.
The fuck. So does it come to America? Last but not least, since we are a social media platform, we operate in social media world. We pick our social media maven / mogul of the year. And mine is based off of the grind and the rise that I have seen in social media for Jesus / Jesus _really. When I found this young man on the internet, he had like 150 followers or something like that. And he has grown to a way bigger platform than I even have. So he's my social media / maven of the year.
My pick is Ed Bridgeforth. He's the owner of Bridgeforth Magazine. And this year, he really broke the internet when he had his 30th birthday shoot for his magazine where he was completely nude and cakes were everywhere. Cakes were on the beach. Cakes were by the bed. Cakes were in the tub.
Talking about milk.
He was like, girl, where would you like cake? I can bring cake to Bible study. Well, he wasn't actually at a church in the photo shoot. But he just brought cakes and delivered them everywhere. And he kind of broke the internet for the LGBT girls. I
agree. I featured him too. Yeah, it was cute.
Yeah, he was your MCM, so
yeah, I want to eat
whore.
it. Definitely want to eat it. Yeah, okay, I'll go with that. And so if you have any objections to these nominees, make sure you point out to us who should be the most turnt of the year, the icon in the working, our humanitarian, our best porn star, our she tried it. Throw her away because there are probably some other girls that y'all want to throw away that we didn't nominate. Are the most sexiest man in America and our social media / maven of the year. And we will give you a voice. So make your comments and your opinions known in the comments
excited
below
to see these comments
because
for next week's episode.
Because the viewer's choice will get an absolute nod and wink and vote in the overall appeal of the award. We're not going to award anyone until next week after you guys have all voted and said what you thought.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Here For It podcast. My name is Ronald Matters. Follow me on the internet at Ronald Matters and of course RonaldMatters.com. Duh.
And I am the Superman, TheSupaman. Thank you guys again. Much love. Kisses.
Bye.